Hello, everyone. We are going to cover how to create a blog site on Blogger. And the purpose of having this blog site isn't so you can start blogging about whatever or anything like that. It's really a place to host pictures of your license and certificates that you've scanned. So you've scanned a license or certificate as a JPEG file. This gives you a place online to host those pictures, and then you can just copy a link and then add it to a LinkedIn profile, which we're going to do later in another video. All right. Blogger is a site that has been owned by Google since somewhere around between 2006, 2008, I believe. Google bought it. So guess what? With that Gmail account that you created in the earlier part of the series, you now have access to Blogger for free, right? It is included with your personal Gmail account that you've set up, hopefully professionally named with as close to just your name as possible, as we talked about in the one on setting up the Gmail in the video about that. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the screen and we'll go in and we'll set up a quick blogger, and we're going to choose some very specific settings because we don't want this blogger. It's not going to be really detailed and heavily built out. It's really going to be the bare bones there so that you've got a place to host pictures that you can easily put pictures on and share the links to that pictures over to your LinkedIn profile. So we're not going to make it all pretty and all that. So what we want to do is, first off, we want to turn off the ability of search engines to index this site. We do have to make it public in order for people to be able to see the images that we're sharing there, but we don't want search engines to list it in their search results because unless you plan on spending the time to make it look good and actually put up decent blogging content, it's not going to be worth it for you. But as a place to store pictures, it's going to be, a nice thing to have. And then we are also going to turn off commenting on this because we do not need a bunch of comment spam on the blogger site. We're just using it for the pictures for right now. If you want a tutorial on Blogger, that might be something I'll do much later down the road, after this whole course presentation is complete. So for right now, we're going to just do a quick basic Blogger as a place to save images that you can link to in your LinkedIn profile. All right, so let me switch over to the screen and we'll get started on this. All right, we're on the screen, and of course, to go to Blogger, all we're going to do is go to blogger.com. Okay, and since we've never really done a blog before, at least not with this Gmail, it's saying sign in and create your blog. Well, sign in should be pretty easy because I'm already signed in to Google. So we'll go ahead and click on sign in. And I'm gonna click on the Gmail account. Oh, they want the password. Let me see. I might have to look that up because I don't really have this one memorized just yet. Uh, hmm, so I kind of vaguely remember it, but I'm gonna have to look it up in my password manager. So give me a moment here. And you will need this password when you go to set yours up. So just be aware. You're going to run into exactly what I'm running into now, so make sure you have it handy. Okay. All right, now I know what it is. All right. All right. So what I'm doing here is creating a title for the blog. Um, you don't need to worry too much about this European Union laws notice, and we're going to go ahead and close that out because that is an automatic thing set up by Google, and we're not really going to be using this as a blogging site specifically. So I don't think you're going to have much to worry about. So maybe your name, any salutation, and what your job title would be, that should be sufficient for the title. We'll go ahead and click next. And we'll call it Mr. Okay. Not valid or not supported. All right. Might be too many dots in it. All right. And I'm not so sure about that, and that I like that idea about it having my name like that anyway. So I think for the blog address, we'll put, all right, this is going to be the address of the blog when it's all said and done. So if you want to visit it on the web, this is going to be, it's going to be dstafford-ittechnician.blogspot.com. All right. Any blogger blog is going to end in .blogspot.com. So you can pick up something, but you want to keep it fairly professional and not too extensive. Looks like you can do dashes in there and maybe one dot. We'll see if it would allow it with one dot. No, doesn't like that. So we'll use it. It could just be that somebody else has already done that exact address that I'm trying to do. So we'll use it with the dash like this. Okay, now this is how is your name going to look to people who are reading the blog. All right, so I'll go ahead and finish that. And now, guess what? We have a blog, but we haven't posted anything there. We haven't used the theme, we haven't done a layout, any of that stuff. And that's actually good because right now what we're going to do is we're going to go over and get into settings on the left-hand side right here. Okay, obviously we are not going to show warning or require age verification or anything. That we are going to turn off visible to search engines. Okay, we will leave HTTPS redirect on because that encrypts everything going to and from the blog. And then on comments, um, we're going to hide comments. Okay, we'll set it to only members of this blog can comment. And comment modification always. That way you always know if someone was able to make a comment on there. We'll leave the recapture on. And okay, comment notification email, pending comment notification emails go to my Gmail address. That is fine. Okay, we have all of that done, and I don't believe we have to hit any kind of a save icon or anything like that. We just change the settings and there it is. Okay, and to make sure of that, I'm going to go out to comments, come back to settings, and just look back down. Search engines is turned off. All right. All right. No pending. Yeah, that's fine. And then hide comments, always moderate, only members of this blog, etc. Okay. So that's all good. It saved everything. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to pick a theme, and I would stick with the Contempo Light. Um, that is actually one that looks pretty good on a mobile device. If you do happen to pull it up on your mobile device, you won't, and you need to save a picture from your, say, your smartphone or something like that to the blog, it'll be pretty easy to work with. So that's a pretty good one. I would just leave it at that. And that's kind of nice that that's a default theme. So just leave it set exactly the way it is, and we'll let that be. And then we will go over to new post. And I'm going to put up one of my IT certifications as a picture. All right. So we'll put CompTIA A plus CE certification. Okay. And then I'm going to locate a picture of my A plus certification. And so I'm going to use insert image here. But first, I'm going to center align, right? So right there and center align. Yeah, you can leave it to the left if you want. Really, that's up to you. I prefer things nice and centered. So when I do show, look on here, it's going to um, show up looking halfway decent. All right, so I'm gonna upload a picture from my computer, and I need to click on this choose files button here after this dialog opens. And choose files, let's go to, I believe I have certifications here, and CompTIA. And I don't want PDF, I want a image file actually. So let's see if I actually have this available as an image. I may have to create one because I might not have the A plus available here as just an image. So let me real quick off the screen, I'm going to create that image. Give me a moment. Okay, let's go here, documents, certifications. All right, CompTIA and 2021. And let's see. Let's see if I can zoom out a little bit. No. Ah, that was interesting. All right, let me try this a second time. I'm running into a little minor technical difficulty here in that I want to get this to a little bit um, smaller so that I can view the whole thing. All right, read mode is a little bit better, but not perfect. see if I can get it close enough. Yeah, I'm gonna have a little bit of trouble with this. Um, let's see if I can do it with a little bit different way. That's better. All right, let me create this as a JPEG image. Okay, there we go. I've got it saved as a JPEG image. Now let me try this again. Choose files. We'll go to documents and certifications under CompTIA and A plus 2021.jpg, which is an image file. All right, I'm going to click on it to select it and then hit select, and that will insert it. Now, if I go here to the center one, I can set it as extra large, which makes it a little bit easier to read. And then over here under labels at the right hand side, all right, I'm going to just label it A plus CE certification. And I'm not even going to worry about location, although I could put in a zip code here or a city name and click search and it would find like where am I posting this from, etc. All right, and then I will go ahead and click publish. Okay, and now we have a post on our blog. All right, so the next thing we do is we go to view blog. Notice that opens in a new tab, and this is what it looks like. Pretty basic, not a lot there. But the important part is that that JPEG image is right there, because now that's a JPEG of my A plus certificate, and I can right click on this and click on copy image address. Now what I can also do, actually it won't let me, but right click and copy image address. And now I can use that image address to show the A plus certificate on my LinkedIn profile once I create it. Okay, and that's really all we need the blogger for. And this is, there are some certifications that you can share. You'll notice it has a share icon here. Um, that's part of the blogger post. All right, so that's not actually part of the certificate, but there are some certificates when you log into the actual certificate site for CompTIA. There will be probably an option to share it directly to LinkedIn on your profile. That might be a better way to do it, but if you have other certs from other organizations that don't support that feature, this is a way to get a picture of your cert on your LinkedIn profile. All right, and we'll end up using that later. The next video is going to cover using or creating a LinkedIn profile. That's what we'll be going into next. So just be aware, uh, that's where we're going to go next, and we'll reuse this here. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it open and end this video here. But that's how to create a very basic blogger and how to set it up so that it's relatively private and still can you can still share images from it and use it as an image hosting platform for certificates and licenses on your LinkedIn profile. Okay, and on that note, thank you for watching, and I'm going to get started on the next video on creating a LinkedIn profile.